So a lot of times when I'm talking to people about, you know, my homestead stuff, they ask me, well, what do you do about this? Or what do you do about that? Or I can't live without this or that modern convenience, you know? And it's stuff that it's completely understandable where they're coming from, you know, things like hot water, uh, hot food, heat, microwave, you know, that kind of thing. Well, I have all of those. And this season, I'm going to show you how mine work. Starting with hot water. Give me a second to grab that. I'll be back in a minute. Did you know that the biggest consumers of energy in the average American home are your electric high-output heating appliances? Things like your cook stove, furnace, hot water heater. Did you also know that people were cooking, heating their houses, and taking hot baths long before any of that stuff was invented? Check this out. I know what you're thinking. Big deal. Ben's got a wood stove. Well, I do have a wood stove, but that's not what we're talking about today. If we stand up, boom. What you're looking at here, folks, is just your basic generic gas water heater. You know, the kind that has the chimney pipe going up through the middle of it. There's an extra chunk of chimney added on to pull a good draft. And I welded up a firebox out of an old water pressure tank for a well. I just lit a fire in there, and it's kind of struggling, so it looks like I need to stick the torch back in. But once this thing takes off, I'll have hot water in about an hour, and it'll stay hot as long as I want to come out here and keep putting wood in the sucker. And it's got all the basic features that your typical hot water heater has. Safety valve right there. Got it strapped to the side of the trailer so it don't tip over, because 45 gallons of water is a little more than you want falling on you. And it's tied into my main plumbing. It's that easy. Really nothing to it. I mean, yeah, I know how to weld, so that's how I put this. Well, I kind of know how to weld. I mean, if you look at some of them, you can definitely tell I don't do it for a living. But it stays together, and it's going on its second or third year in use. Really basic materials and nothing fancy, but boy does she get the job done. I even got some rudimentary draft controls right there so I can save my wood once everything's hot. The coolest part about that setup is, due to the fact that it's not actually inside any kind of a structure, it's exempt from most building codes. I mean, yeah, the DNR gets a little meh if I use it in the summertime, but I've got other stuff for making hot water in nice weather. That's mostly just for use in the wintertime. And it just tends to work. I mean, it's probably the most reliable method for heating hot water that I've ever built or run across. So, yeah, hit me up if you want the plans. I'd happy to tell you how to do it. It's dead simple. Hell, you could probably get away with something that's not even as fancy as what I made. How cool would it be if I could motorize this?